彼らは迷子です。彼らには答えがない。バフローの英雄はもういない。彼らは何をすると思いますか？彼らは戦うでしょう。彼らはお互いを責めるだろう。彼らは私に餌を与え続けるでしょう。私の小さなベネモンツ。彼らは迷子です。
Your friend, I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more. Girl, don't call my phone up. I know where you been. You like to get messy when you out with your friend. I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth. I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, finna cop it too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth. I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, finna cop it too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth. I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, finna cop it too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth. I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, finna cop it too. Girl, don't call my phone up. I know where you been. You like to get messy when you out with your friend. I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more. Girl, don't call my phone up. I know where you been. You like to get messy when you out with your friend. I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth. I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, finna cop it too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth. I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, finna cop it too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth. I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, finna cop it too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth. I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, finna cop it too.
Yo, what's up, pups? How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the show. It's interesting what's going on. People are freaking out. It's understandable. We're going lower. We've gone lower. We're going lower. It's happening. What's up, Debendu? What's going on, man? What's up, Salty Dog? What do you say? Are you just chilling, waiting for the bottom to be in? Yeah, I kind of called this. I called this a while ago. And I've been talking about it nonstop, and it's doing exactly like I talked about. What's up, Salty Dog? What's going on? Everything is going to be okay. I think we're going to go up again. Donald Bondi, smash that like. That's right. What's up, Trumbo? Good to see you, man. Bente, happy birthday. I wish I could stay. Hey, I get you, man. It's all good. I'm starting kind of late because, well, I've just been fucking tired. But happy birthday, man. Deerslayer. What's up, Moon Mutt? That's right. Smash the like on entry, everybody. Let's get those likes up. It's only 14 likes right now. Come on, pups. You guys can do better than that. And that's right. Join Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram and St. Wolf Vision on Telegram. Sean O'Malley. Yeah, man. The best is yet to come. What's up, Grey Knight? What's up, Hans? I didn't hear no bell. Am I supposed to know what that means? We believe. Happy birthday. What's up, Super Snake? How you doing, man? Salty Dog. Data Dev. Grey Knight. What's going on? What's up, King J? Charm Danez, what's up? Soleil Cucumber Lime, how you doing? Oh, you guys and your countdowns and things. Yeah, man. I walked out of that stuff a long time ago when I saw what was going on. What's up, Avidian? What's up, Crypto Dan? Luna C Point. What's up, Tam Tam? Great to see you. Tam Tam, you had a post earlier. I was going to share it with everybody. Or you had a response to somebody's post. It was interesting. What's up, Archie? What's up, Hans? Zach, how you doing? What's up, Art Swab? IG stories today. Oh, right on, brother. Yeah, man. It's really cool stuff going on here. What's up, Debendu? Yeah, I kind of went out this weekend because, I knew what was coming. I know the bottom's coming. So, just kind of enjoyed the weekend. What's up, BP? What's up, Ty? Yeah, what's up, brother? Got you. What's up? What's up, Armando Corral? All right, pups, smash the like button. Let's get into it. Some interesting stuff going on. Really interesting stuff, man. That's right. Hit the like button. Hit that like button. I have not been on Twitter very much in the last few days, so I don't know what's been going on, but a lot of people have been wet in the bed. Is that right? They've been wet in the bed. People have been losing their minds. And it's crazy to see. I mean, a lot of people are pissed off, right? A lot of people are pissed off at Richard Hart, the performance of what's happened. I understand. But at the same time, nothing was guaranteed. Nothing was promised. This is crypto. This is a very volatile, brutal, competitive world. And this is a very difficult cycle. There's no doubt about that. I know my friends that work at hedge funds are struggling. Everyone's struggling because it's just difficult, which is the way things generally get. You know what I mean? We had easy money in 2021, and the next easy cycle may be 2027, 2028 when that PMI goes back. But in the meantime, you're seeing now who's strong and who isn't, right? So this is where really people are forged in the fire and projects are forged in the fire. Like, you're finding out, what's solid, pretty much. But it is tough. It is tough. And I'm hearing from some of the people who work at some of the biggest hedge funds. Like, they're all like, yeah, it's rough. It's rough. They're all having a rough time. Everyone's having trouble predicting what's trying to happen. That's why I laugh when I see sometimes like KOLs who have like these clear ideas of what's happening. I'm like, dude, nobody knows what's fucking happening. Okay, like, you can just do the best you can, just kind of get some like a basic roadmap, which is I think what I try to bring is like when I explain to you guys that, look, we're going down for a little bit, blah blah blah. There's some theories. I think Ben Cowan posted some stuff about 2026. Yeah, that's fine. We might have something lower in 2026. But I think between now and Q1, we're going to go up again. I really do. What's up, Psycho Crypto? Super chat coming in. Hey, man. Oh. Psycho Crypto says, what's up, Mr. Wolf? Excited for this stream. Hey, man. We're really happy to have you on the show. And thank you so much for that super chat. Really appreciate it, man. Really starts off the stream really nice, man. And this should be good. We'll go over some targets on this stream, where I think we're going. We'll read some posts on X. And hopefully you guys won't be freaked out. You'll kind of understand how I'm seeing it. And once again, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I'm pretty calm because I think a reversal is coming. And I think it's going to come close to Thanksgiving or maybe this week sometime, near the end of this week. Super Snake says, I'm officially out of Pulse Chain, so sad to see his market melt. Hodling my on-chain in USDC. Maybe we can get upside confirmation. Going into Q1, Q2, we'll be buying ETH. We'll see 2,200. Gang, what's up? Yeah. We'll look at the ProveX sacrifice as well. And you guys know I made a bear case video a few weeks back, which everyone was real upset about. But now you guys understand why I made it. Because obviously some people do think the cycle is over now. And I was just giving that to you guys weeks in advance, letting you know that, hey, you need to consider the fact that the top could be in, and we're going to pull back, but it's up to you to decide whether you want to stay in or not. I'm staying in because I'm bullish, and I think they're going to fake us out and do one more move to the upside. But there's no guarantees on that, right? Technically, the top is in. Technically, like in terms of timing and what have you, right? But there's a lot of reasons why I think we could have another push up again. So that's why I'm staying long, and I'm still here. All right. Thanks, Tam Tam. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a long day for me. I had one of the most grueling days at the gym today, so I am beat as fuck. But I want to show you this really quick. This is a guy posted. He said the China model is here, and it's what it looks like. A chilling look inside Shanghai's AI-powered surveillance urban brain system, the blueprint for the social credit grid spreading across China and soon the West. In Pudong, a single control room can monitor every resident in real time. Every building mapped, every vacancy tracked, every elderly person living alone logged, every movement recorded, every behavior scored, and it gets worse. Trash not sorted correctly, cameras catch you from 3 angles. Park in the wrong place, your violation is uploaded instantly. Residents themselves are enlisted as watchers, snapping photos, reporting one another, feeding the central AI. The system then auto-assigns punishments and sends enforcement teams via mobile app. This isn't policing, this isn't governments, this is algorithmic control of human life. Chinese state media brags that police can now identify every person on the street within 1 second. This is the model global elites admire. This is the system the EU, WEF, and UN are openly studying. This is the digital architecture Western governments keep calling smart cities. It's nothing less than an automated dictatorship. The warning is simple. What you see in Shanghai today is what they want for London, Ottawa, Berlin, Auckland, and tomorrow, beyond tomorrow. All right. Let's listen to this. It's kind of interesting, okay?
就是整个小区里
Ah, fuck, I don't speak Mandarin.
Sheng Dan co-developed the system.
All right, thank God. Thank God.
It took less than a year to get the first version up and running. Now she can monitor every resident from this office.
我们排摸的这个房，就是整个小区里面的楼房的一些信息。
We've mapped the residential buildings in the district. Which ones are occupied? Where there are vacancies? Where elderly people are living alone? Where care or help is needed? It's all stored in our system and can be called up in real time.
那么这样的一些基本信息呢，也都在这个微平台上就可以实时的调取出来。
Even those who do not dispose of their trash properly are recorded. Residents who aren't following the rules are captured on camera from 3 different angles.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's some good things about it. Who wants to live with that guy? This is fucking tough.
The so-called brain acts swiftly. Whether it's an illegally parked car or unsolicited advertising, offences can be handled by patrol officers who are connected to the control centre via a mobile app.
居村的干部，或者是我们居村里面的志愿者。
You know, there's some good things about it, right? Like you saw that guy just like throws trash randomly, and you know, I think we could definitely use this in Los Angeles, some places. But the problem is, at some point, it's going to be abused, and it's going to become very extreme and or just abused, right? Going after political people, going after, you know, whatever, different groups, religions, whatever it is, it's going to be abused inevitably. And that's the problem with something of this much control. You know, there's government means governing the mind, control of the mind, right? This is going to be full control, a full dictatorship in some ways, like they were saying, right? And it's the problem, it's the abuse of it, right? That's the problem of it.
Connected to the control center via a mobile app.
What's up, Zymus? How you doing, man? Good to see you
居
out
村的
there
干
next.
部，或
Smash
者
the
是
like
我
button
们
out
居
there
村里
next,
面
by
的
the
志
way.
愿者，发现问题。
As soon as the squads and volunteers in residential districts spot an issue, they can report it and upload footage. They take a photo, report the issue, and then our system automatically decides which department to forward the matter to.
进行一个区分，这个事项可能是由哪个部门进行有效的一个处理的。
The brain in Shanghai's Pudong district is just one component to the overarching surveillance plan the Chinese government is pushing across the country. The goal is to have complete coverage in all major public places, such as train stations, street intersections, and parks. China's state media boasts that police can identify every single person on the street in just 1 second.
That's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive stuff, man. So really interesting. The West is going to adopt some model of that. All right. U.S. public debt is skyrocketing. The U.S. federal debt surged $620 billion during the 43-day government shutdown to a record $38 trillion. In 43 days, it went up $620 billion. Can you guys wrap your head around that? This marks a $14.4 billion increase per day. Year to date, the debt has risen by plus $2 trillion. The U.S. debt crisis is still getting worse, and nothing is going to stop this. It's about to hockey stick, guys. They're going to hockey stick this all the way into 2030s. They're going to hockey stick. It's going to go vertical. It's going vertical, man. That's why you want to be in crypto. Jeez, this is crazy. U.S. college graduates' unemployment is now higher than during the financial crisis. The unemployment rate for college graduates with a bachelor's degree or higher is 9.3%, the higher since 2021. Huh. That's interesting. Yep. So that's good. Fear and greed index is at a 10. Is it about 10 right now? What's it at right now? I don't know. Hang on a sec. That was from yesterday. Let's go here. It's at 17. Okay, it's at 17, which is low. Look, you can see. This is going to give me. That's fine. But look, it's very low. So technically, this is a good place for a bounce, right? This is pretty low. We got 17, 14 here. All right. So you can see, if I go back and you can see, 2022, 2021, you can see zombie apocalypse in here. Anytime you bought when fear and greed was down here in this area of the chart under 20, you were generally rewarded. Okay, just to keep things very simple, which is what I like to do, keeping things very simple. Zymus, thanks for reposting the stream. I really appreciate that. And Just Live says, yeah, the stimmy check's coming, man. It's coming next year. Yeah, so you guys got a chance to look at this, right? So anytime you bought under 20 on fear and greed, you were generally rewarded. So this might be a time to not be scared, to actually dive in, which is kind of what I've been saying to you guys. Let's see. Yeah, this person, Cointelegraph, saying the same thing. Sentiment is the lowest. Rebound should be coming, which I agree. So some people get it. They get how the game works. All right, let's look on Twitter really quick. Oh, there's Zymus. What's up, buddy? Everybody go follow Zymus. He loves movies. What does he like? He loves movies and he loves films. He's a friend of the show. So Somi posted this about the social metrics on crypto. Yeah, they're pretty low, man. Oh, they're low. They fell through the floor. Nobody gives a fuck about crypto. So this would be the time you'd want to buy altcoins, all right? Not financial advice. I'm telling you. I'm giving you financial advice. This would be the time you'd want to buy altcoins. Like, imagine you were buying stuff in June of 2020, January 2020, or January of 2019. Okay, this was zombie apocalypse, or before that, if you were buying alts around here, whether it was Cardano or Matic or Hex, right, whatever. Look where we are now. Look at this. So thanks, Somi, for posting this. I think this is a very relevant chart. This ties really well with the sentiment thing I just showed you guys and the fear and greed index, all right? You can see the social. No one's paying attention. Good. Buy crypto. Buy Pulse Chain, all right? So thank you, sir, Somi. What else this guy's going off about? What's this guy again?
Video, so you can see me with your own eyes rather than the written tweet that I had before, so that this feels a little bit more authentic. I wanted you to know that I have the most sincere intention of hopping on a podcast with you this week in New York City for us to discuss, your early dating life, business advice, and we can even talk about politics if you.
What? Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's breaking down. Let's go. We're going to go look at that. We're going to look at that in a second.
And kind of show you guys. I'm out here. There's my RV park. All of this is, we got like 10 traps on this place.
Yeah, I want a chocolate chip cookie. That's nice. What?
Every photo, every voice message fed into AI and used for profit. So here's
Number.
Follow through on his promise of streaming in a day or two, or even potentially a recorded video. You see all you sheep that come at me and say, Ian, you're just funding your bag. I am not trying to fund my bag. Do I think Richard Hart could take this space over in a second? Do I think he could send our bag?
Yeah, so Richard Hart was supposed to stream. He said he would stream in 1 or 2 days, and he didn't, probably because the market is completely breaking down. He doesn't want to stream right now. Yeah. And that probably is why he's not streaming right now, right? What? All right, let's go read some posts here. What's up, Mr. Fast? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Oh yeah, let me throw a link up in the Telegram really quick, guys. Let me get that going for you guys. What's going on? All right, links in the Telegram. Okay, so this Pulsane OG, I haven't read this yet. Let me proof it really quick. I just started reading a little bit of Tam Tams. All right, do I even follow this guy? I don't even know. Oh yeah, Pulsane OG. Yeah, we follow each other. All right, he writes, it's time for hard truths. Richard Hart win wants you wrecked. Let me be perfectly clear. If you don't think RH could have saved this chart a long time ago with over $500 million in SAC funds with the low liquidity environment that Pulsane has, then you are delusional. He wants you to sell. He's letting this thing slowly die. The question is why? Why does he want whales out? Does he want to hit a certain price point so that when we finally reverse and hit new all-time high at the end of the cycle, he can claim a certain number of X's from the bottom? The price of 0.00001 would allow for a nice 10,000X at 1 cent. I think it's simply X's he wants. There's no way RH didn't know the SAC multiplier would be constant sell pressure on the chart. He knew releasing a new SAC where you can't even SAC cores would nuke the charts. Effectively, every move he makes results in negative price action. Either he has a high IQ master plan or he's the worst L1 founder in history. Price target of 0.00001 is right on the trend line and allows the chart structure to stay intact. It seems very obvious RH is allowing all of this to happen. He could buy $5 million of ink or Pulse today and 2x the chart easily, cause FOMO, attract outside investors, etc., but he's choosing not to. We can only speculate as to why, and I believe it's because he's waiting for the macro conditions to improve and he wants the price as low as possible before getting too cheap that some people could get too much supply. He wants the glory and the ability to say my blockchain got a 10,000x its first cycle, or maybe 1,000x, whatever his target is. This is the only thing that makes sense other than he has completely abandoned blockchain as complete failure, he decided. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. We'll go look at this chart. For sure. And Tam Tam chimed in. She said, Tam Tam says, why should he save the chart? This is a necessary test. These moments expose who genuinely deserves a reward and who was only here for shortcuts. Nothing in life worth having comes easy and truthfully. This is one of the simplest challenges we'll ever face, especially if you took the time to understand who Richard Hart Wynn truly is. Then you are working your tail off trying to take advantage of these opportunities in whatever ways that you can. I know that's what I'm confidently doing. This phase filters out the weak and entitled mindsets and leaves only the true long-term investors standing. It's brilliant, really. Yeah, there's absolutely truth to that, Ms. Tam Tam. And both of you made really good points. That's cool. That's a cool read. Richard Hart, what did he tweet today? He's talking about ProveX. Richard Hart says some people are real sensitive during 40% dips. He talked about a little dating advice stuff. You guys are working Sunday night because you want to succeed, right? Exactly, yeah. Cool. I think this was, they were looking for the, what has it been to? Okay. Cool. Let me go check this message really quick. What's this fucking thing? All right, so right now the Prove X SAC is at almost 1.7 million. Oh, whoops. You guys need to see that. Let's go here. All right, it's at $1.7 million. Looking good. It's a fine-looking SAC so far. 287 Ethereum are in there. $1.7 million. What's up, William Dugan? How are you, man? That's right. Shaking out weak hands. Yeah, there's definitely some of that going on. We can look at that right now. So the target he was talking about is 0.00001. So that would be down here. Okay? Now, what's interesting about this target, that would be right here. Okay, pups? Right around here, all right? Which is what, I mean, I don't mean to say, once again, exactly as I predicted, but I was drawing the drawing for Pulse Chain. I don't know, how long ago did I draw this drawing? Where is it at? I drew this January 6th. On January 6th, I drew this, okay? And I drew a target of 0.000013, okay? This is what I drew on January 6th of 2025. And I drew that we would come down from this head and shoulders, we would make a W, and the last leg of the W would go very low, all right? So my target I had put here was 0.000013, but absolutely could, I mean, pretty much 0.00001, okay? That's pretty much it. And I drew this, I'll show you guys, because I have the picture. It says right here, January 6th, 2025. That's when I drew this, all right? And I drew this live on screen. I didn't draw it. There was no magic. I fucking whipped out the drawing tool, and I sketched this for you guys on stream live, okay? Now, of course, we've gone further time-wise because I didn't know the time horizon exactly. But from looking at this, from studying this chart, I had a feeling that this would be the logical way that this chart would have to move to do the psychological work that price action needs to do. By the way, price action is human emotion. It does psychological work, okay? That's why when you understand it, it starts to make sense, and you understand why it moves the way it does, okay? Price action. It's not just random, all right? There's psychology of people encoded in that, right? So here we go. So here's that falling wedge. I mean, the head and shoulders right here, okay? Now here's this W, but it made a W, and this high was higher, and I said, okay, could that have been it? Maybe. But this could also be a bigger W, right? It could be a bigger W, okay, which would be here, here, and then here's that lower part, right? So that is what I think looks like is happening, right? So you got this part of the W, and then this lower one is going to hit this lower thing, pretty much like I was sketching out here, where you're going to have this W, and you're going to have the lower part go very low, much lower than anybody expects, okay? But what's interesting is it doesn't break structure, and that's what the guy was saying, and that's what I drew as well, that we're going to go low, but it's not going to necessarily break structure, so that would be down here. My target was right here, the top of it, 0.000013. That guy was saying 0.00001. All right, so very close, and it makes sense because my actual high target for Pulse Chain is 1 cent, which you guys know I've talked about before, and I came up with that through math. It wasn't a random number that I came up with a penny. So if you go from that low to a penny, you're talking about 10,000x. All right, so there could be a lot of truth in that. All right, so we might be forming this W, okay, and this is the last leg of it down, okay, and then we're gonna have this big macro W, which will look all the way starting there. I don't want that tool. I want this tool. All the way there, there, and then this is the low, and then pop, and we go. All right? you guys can see that. Can I make this darker? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, maybe a W like this. All right. What's it doing? Cool. And I have this line here going up around Thanksgiving, the 25th of November. So that's my hope, kind of fingers crossed, that we would light up the charts around Thanksgiving. Now, it could be very possible because we're going to look at other charts, and I'll show you why. Maybe that timeline lines up well for us, Thanksgiving, for everything. The bottom could be coming in a BTC, ETH, equities, whatever, and going into Thanksgiving, we're going to pop, or right after Thanksgiving weekend, whatever that is. All right, pups, smash the like button. Once again, Psycho Crypto, thank you so much for that super chat. Really appreciate that. Hit the like button, everybody. Let's go look at BTC. We'll come back to these other charts. Okay. All right, BTC is breaking down. It's going to the targets we talked about, right? It's hitting my lines like perfect. Where's my chart? Where's the one from the last live stream? Oh, yeah, this is the one from the last live stream, right? This was the one from the last live stream. Okay, cool. So, remember, guys, we talked about how we're going to come down, and I said we could even have a flash crash, and I talked about that. A flash crash taking us down to the old all-time high of, let's say, 69,000 or something like that. But realistically, if we talk about what's happening right now, you know, obviously, we've been rejected. I told you guys that we have to come down. Let me see if I can make these so you guys can tell the difference between what's happening in the charts and my drawings. Is that more easy to understand? Is it just my glasses fucking this up? You guys can tell, right? I don't see color well. This fucking thing. Okay. So, this is exactly what I was sketching for you guys last time on the last live stream. That's why I'm not panicked, because I was literally saying that we're probably coming down, and it's even possible we have a serious flash crash. Now, we don't have to have a flash crash. I was just saying that this would be the perfect opportunity to have one this week to wipe out all the shorts before we go long. This is just necessary, and it's very possible they do this into this week or whatever. We have some, you know, the data is going to come out this week and it's bad, so everything flash crashes or whatever, and then we build up momentum very quickly, and then we start popping to the upside, okay? Now, if we don't have a flash crash, let me give you some targets to the downside. You can see my other charts I have here. We almost hit them perfectly, so wait, let's go to, where's that main chart? Yeah. All right, so what's this one? All right. So that was, can you just not be there, dude? God. So it was 92,000, 90,000, 86,000. But what I'm going to do to show you guys where I think it could go to the low side, I'm just going to put a fib, okay? Just so you guys can see a technical, real quick way to do this, okay? So you can see we hit the 382, okay? Which is the golden pocket on this, okay? So we hit down there about 91,000, okay? And this was a CME gap over here at about 91, 92,000. See this vector candle over here? So we cleared it, okay? That's good. That's nice. Now, could we go lower? Yeah, we absolutely could go lower. I would think that 84 85,000, which is a 236 fib, could be very appropriate. Okay, or where we are now could be the bottom. This could be the bottom, but I have a feeling we're going to sweep a little bit lower. It makes sense to me. If we're about to go berserker long, it would make sense to take it lower and really milk this thing, so to speak. Right? You guys know what that means. They're going to milk it, right? The market makers. Why not? So my next target would be that 84,500, 85,000 on BTC. Obviously, we could sweep all the way down here to 75K, which would be this low back here in April of 2025. And you go even slightly lower, which would freak everybody out, to about 69K. And that would be that flash crash theory that we talked about before. Now, I don't know which one's going to happen, but I'm confident in saying we could, if we drop from here, the next one's 85K, 84.5, 85K. Okay, that would be right here. And then from there, we'll make a move up, build some kind of like inverse head and shoulder like I drew right here, and get back above. Now, my target, you guys have any questions? I rarely use fibs or technicals, so let me know if you guys have questions. I try to keep it very simple. But sometimes, that's how you get targets sometimes. I mean, I could have told you without fibs that, there's a lot of confluence and support right here. You didn't need to pull them, but that way you have a nice technical target and you guys aren't panicked. It's like 84, 85K around there. It's a 236. Let's go. Please ignore message above. Okay. What's up, Shrapnels? How you doing? Black Friday. Jim Cork. It's exactly as predicted. We talked about these targets. It's a good time to buy. Of course it is, man. Bottom line up front. Don't sugarcoat it. I don't. When do I sugarcoat? When do I sugarcoat? Thanks, Lem. Appreciate it. What's up, Body Mechanic? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Everybody smash the like button. Really appreciate it. Repost the video if you can. Really great TA. Really some of the best TA out there. At least understanding of the market and understanding price action and how it moves the way it does and why it moves the way it does and why I understand what the price is going to do before it does it. So that's what we got for BTC. Now, my upside targets are still the same. Nothing's changed for me at all, okay? It is still, we'll go back to... Yeah, so am I losing charts over here? What's going on? Yeah, it's still... Where's my... Okay, here we go. This is the blue one. Sorry, guys. I didn't look at these, prep my charts before I got on the show. I didn't know I made such a big mess last time. Oh, man, I don't want to move this stuff around. Actually, I don't want to move it because I've had this chart here forever, right? Okay, cool. So this channel, we've fallen out of it completely. Really got a big mess here, huh? Okay, let's clean it up a little bit here. Okay, cool. Okay, you guys can see this chart is going back. Sometimes that's just me screwing around after hours. Okay. So this is a chart that's been in action since 2022. We've been up and to the right. You can see how far out of this channel we're falling. That's fine. We could absolutely reverse and fake out and go to the upside, which is what I think is going to happen before we capitulate and start the bear market. And once this runs up, I foresee, for me, the top is still going to be around 140. Where did we fall out of it? We fell out of there? Yeah, from like 140 to 165, anywhere in this range. 140 to 1, I guess it could get up to 170. Now the top of the channel should be around 240. This thing got moved, didn't it? Oh, wait. What's going on here? Oh yeah, end of January. Yeah, 240. Yeah, 140 to 150 if it's end of January. So 140 to 150 is still my upside target, just based on structure, okay, and confluence with these this channel that now is resistance, okay. So now we have to go back up and challenge it to the upside this way, okay. So depending on when we stop dropping here, we got to come back and we're gonna hit this, okay. And this is around where I think we're gonna get stuck, possibly. Obviously, if we get back into this blue channel, we're going to the upside, which is going to be, around 250, okay? But otherwise, it's 140, 150. To me, looks realistic where it could stall out, which is fine because I really care that Ethereum runs. So if the capital rotates from BTC to Ethereum, that's what I care about anyway. I don't really, need BTC going up that much higher. Let's go look at ETH really quick. Now, Ethereum, it's dropping. Okay, my next target right now is 2,800, okay, on Ethereum, okay. And I said to you guys before, I said it's very likely we could come all the way back and test the full breakout over here, okay. It's kind of an inverse head and shoulders back here from July of 2025. We came up, and if we come down and, we bounce a little bit and we come down to here and get a bounce at 2,800, that's fine, because that would be a retest of this whole move, and that happens all the time in crypto. That's a very normal thing to do. All right, as painful as it is. Okay, so we could see 2,800 here on ETH. It's even possible it could even go to 2,600. There's a lot of support there, but there's a lot of support down here, 2,500, 2,600. But I think that 2,800 should do it. But if we get that flash crash, which I say could happen, because it serves a number of purposes for also the elites and the market makers and what have you, then ETH will absolutely maybe also go down to 2,400 or 2,500 or 2,600, okay? But that's fine. It would blast off from there. That would kick things off. As long as we don't drop below 2,100, we're good, I think. So, 2,400, 25, 2,650, 2,800. Those are some good support areas for me. Yeah. If we come over here, I want to show you guys back BTC. Obviously, people are freaking out. Now, why are they freaking out? They're freaking out because, let me see what's on here. We've broken below the 50 SMA and the EMA in a pretty substantial manner, okay? And so I showed you guys, I talked about this a few weeks ago too. I was like, you can see the blue is the EMA, the green is the SMA, the 50 week moving average. Okay, this is a big one for BTC because it always bounces and hovers above it, and when it breaks below, it usually gets back above. And this time it's a pretty serious break, okay? So if I show you guys going all the way back on BTC, you can see it's danced above these two lines, whichever one you want to use. And whenever it goes under and stays under and closes under, it signifies the bear market, okay? You can see when it stays under. When it's above it, it just floats above it. It hovers, it bounces, it'll wick below, come back above for air. And you can see this whole bull run since we got above it in March of 2023. We've been floating above it. We've been bouncing. We've wicked below it a little bit here and there. We stayed above. But now we have a pretty substantial close under it. I mean, we have one weekly close under it. Kind of, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's a close under it. So that's what's causing a lot of the panic, because, you know, when you just follow technicals, and I talked about this a few weeks ago, if you're just going off technicals, cycle is over. Okay, if you're just purely looking at a lot of stuff like that, then, and that's why I made that video I did. But I don't believe it is over. I think we're about to be faked out, and I think we're going to go to the upside. Okay, and I was clear about that too. All right, and I said that before, even a few weeks ago when I made that bear video. I just had to let you guys know what's going on, right? So this is why a lot of people are freaking out. There's also some famous Bitcoin OGs that have been selling through Wintermute. I don't remember everybody's name. I kind of saw a quick glance at it. So because they're heeding the warning that we're under the 50, we've closed under it. Okay, so people are managing their risk. All right, and you need to manage your risk too. All right, I know a lot of us are degens over here. I am, but don't do what I do. I am bullish, but you need to think for yourself what's right for you, because nobody knows for sure what's going to happen. I mean, it could be over. I don't know. You know, you need to think for yourself and your family and your situation you're in. I'm okay because I plan for worst case scenarios, and I'm in a position where I can plan for worst case scenarios, so I can have my investment portfolio, and then I can have like, okay, I have this cash that could, you know, feed me for so many time. And I don't plan out months. I plan out like years. You know, this is a very risky endeavor to be in crypto, right? So you need to be thinking kind of in a bigger way. If you're in here with under $10,000, and you know, whatever, it's not a big deal. But if you do this as a business, then it's different, right? So you need to think for yourself and manage your own risk. You can come to the Telegram if you have questions about that, or if you're like, you know, look, man, I don't know what to do, blah blah blah. Then, you know, I can give you some advice, or you can book a call with me. You can tell me your situation. I'll help you out the best I can. But you got to do you. Okay, so that's why you see a lot of the crypto OGs panicked and selling, because of this 50 and the break under it. And historically, that usually signifies, you know, that's the end. But like I said, I think we're setting up for another big run into Q1, into January or February or something like that. I think we're going to have a surprise run to the upside before this thing fully rolls over. All right, that's why I say my Bitcoin top is still 140, 150. We'll see what happens. And we saw Ethereum. Let's go really quick and look at the Dixie. The Dixie needs to break down a little bit here-ish. I'm hoping that it breaks down and bounces, and this is our bull run, and before it resumes. But right now it is bullish. The Dixie looks bullish, okay? So it is what it is. Let's see. Gold. Gold, I could see it making one more low, and then maybe it resumes its uptrend. We'll see what happens. You know, I don't know. I'm not a big... But yeah, I could see this coming back, touching like 3,800, and then ripping again. Let's go to... Okay, let's look at the crypto total. No, do we care right now? I don't want to get too caught in the weeds here. Yeah, it's not the best looking thing. Crypto total market cap. It's not the nicest looking chart. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look great on the crypto total market cap, but crypto usually doesn't look great before it rips, so sometimes okay. All right, so this is a big one for us. This is the top 10 in ratio to Bitcoin, okay? And this is the top 10 excluding the top 10. Let me see which one I use. Let's just use this one, whatever. All right. So we talked about this before, right? That you want to be buying when this is down low for alts, okay? You can see this was 2019 zombie apocalypse. If you bought alts here, you were good. And if you come down here, which is really interesting. Why are you not giving me a thing? Okay. We don't need the RSI. Okay. This is the MACD, okay? We've talked about this one, right? You guys remember this a little bit? And this is really important. All right, pay attention. Smash the like button and pay attention. This is important. Okay, so this is the total market top cap excluding BTC, excluding the top 10 to BTC. It's a ratio chart to BTC. Okay, so like I was saying, this is 2019. This is zombie apocalypse right here, and you can see the MACD down here, all the way crushed. Okay, and you can see the rollover happening before things went berserker mode. All right, and this is a monthly chart. So generally, now. What happened? You wanted to be selling alts when this blue line was all the way up here at the top. So that would have been January of 2022. You should have been selling most of your altcoins. In May of 2018, you should have also been selling all your altcoins and crypto generally. All right. And then it collapses and the cycle repeats again. And look where we are. We're all the way down here. We're lower than we were during the zombie apocalypse for altcoins. Okay. This is the graveyard. The death of all altcoins is happening. All right. And this could still go a little lower. It could. But the point is, it's pretty low. All right. And that anytime you buy, you've bought before when it was down this low, you've been rewarded substantially for it, right? And we can see that on the charts. We can see how low it's come down. It's really been crushed. And, could it go a little lower? Sure, it could. It could. But I would consider this a strong accumulation zone. It could drop all the way down. It could drop down one more, but you don't know that. So I'd be accumulating alts, which is why most of us are holding alts right now, right? You get like a last drop down to that purple line, right? But not necessary. It doesn't have to happen. I mean, look at this MACD. These aren't the kind of times you want to get greedy. You don't want to be greedy at the bottoms, man. You want to kind of be... or you don't want to get skittish at the bottoms. You don't want to be greedy in the sense like, oh, I'm going to wait for it to go lower. That's bad, man. You got a DCA, and I think this is a good place. When I see this chart, it makes me quite bullish on crypto. All right? It makes me very bullish on crypto when I see this chart. And this is really all that matters right now. Man, this is the time to buy. Oh, this was the time to buy here. And I don't know where it's going to end, but yeah. This should be, either it's going to come down one more and pop, or it's going to just pop now. But I think we're close. And you don't want to fuck this up. That's pretty much what I'm saying. Smash the like button, everybody. And once again, just a reminder, you want to come to Mr. Saint Wolf on Instagram. Mr. Saint Wolf on Instagram, and then Saint Wolf Vision in Telegram. Saint Wolf Vision in Telegram. Mr. Saint Wolf on Instagram. All right. And, of course, smash the like button. You should be subscribed to this channel if you really want good alpha. So, but I'm not forcing anybody to do anything. You do you. You do you. Cool. ETH. What's up, Illusionist? Okay, let's go check it out. Yeah. Look, we've had inverse head and shoulders on ETH for years, buddy. Before I go back and jump into that, it's controlled. It's fully controlled. And I've talked about this on live streams. Okay, even this, you can see the MACD here looks really nice and juicy on the ETH. Like this is a very bullish looking MACD right now. So I'm confident we're going to go up. Okay, I'm confident we're going to go up. But there have been tons of inverse head and shoulders across this that didn't necessarily pan out, and because it's controlled. So, and we've talked about this a lot. But this whole thing is bullish. Everything has been bullish since 2022 here. We crashed. And still, on the bigger scale, man, it's just bullish. And starting here in March of 2024, everything going on here has generally been very bullish looking. Like, it's been great. But it was constantly smacked down, right? Constantly smacked down. Crypto Newbie says, thank you for your tireless effort, but let's be honest, I think RH fucked up the cycle. Well, I think it's a very difficult cycle. And, a lot of people talked about this where you got to see, like, he's a human being, and he is also challenged right now as well. He has a lot going on, this layer 1 and the court case, and who knows what his survival situation is. And then, and this cycle is extraordinarily different. So the amount of stress compression on his head is pretty massive. And did he make mistakes? I'm sure he did. And maybe he bought ETH too high, different things. we can speculate forever, but you see that he's human, and he's human being. But I absolutely see that he's doing the best he can. And I think Eric Wall also, he was being very sarcastic and facetious and very trolly and some of the things he was saying about Richard Hart. But one thing he said is like, Richard Hart's really doing the best he can. And I think he is doing the best he can. And that's really what matters. I think he's going to, as he gets the hang of the situation, maybe he's got better finger on the cycle or what's happening, he'll get it. But trust me, nobody understands it. Like, it's very difficult. Like, you have to be really on it, But maybe he doesn't know TA as well as we thought. I don't know. That ETH buy was very strange, for sure. So I'll give you that. There's no doubt about it. It was a very strange way to position into Ethereum with that large an amount of money. I've never seen anybody do something like that. So that was very strange. But, other than that, like, yeah, it's a tough cycle, man. It's tough. And I feel like in some ways maybe I've gotten lucky. I've been nailing it pretty, like, incredibly well, but at the same time, maybe I've just hit a good streak here. Yeah, I can't see colors well with these glasses, bro. Wait, why are you saying? What's the problem? ETH hit 10K this cycle. What's up, Kingsway? How you doing? Hey, Saint, please take a look at the Russell 2000. Much love. Thanks, Wolfie, for all you do and provide. Oh, you got it, brother. Appreciate it, man. Let's go look at. I want to look at. Okay, so this is the crypto total market cap excluding BTC. You can see this pennant. You can see how freaking bullish it looks. Okay, we're rolling over right now a little bit, no doubt about it. Okay, but we definitely got like divergences for sure. But volume is still good. I'm still expecting this to break to the upside, man, and go higher. Even if we chop for a bit and get some weakness, okay? But this still looks good to me. We're still looking good. Crypto total market cap, I kind of made a sketch here. We're going up to about 10 trillion, okay? We're in this rising wedge. All right, we got more to go. Oh my. Gonna buy more Zcash this week. Nice. Really? Maybe. I don't know if it's time. If we have time, we'll go look at some of those crazy charts. But let me just look at XRP really quick. XRP, what's going on, man? Wow. Wait. Yeah. That was a pop. Ba-boom. What's up, everybody out there? How you doing out there in X? Smash the like button if you can. Welcome to the stream. We got a couple people out there watching. All right. XRP, looking good. I haven't been following this that closely enough. The reason I can draw price action on some of the Pulse stuff is because I follow it so closely. Like, I understand. And that's why I've been able to, let's say when I drew this Pulse, because I've literally watched this chart habitually, right? So I had a good grasp of it, right? I can't necessarily do that if I'm not completely on point with it all the time. I mean, XRP technically looks like, if you go off what it's done before, it could be fading out. I mean, it had a pretty serious move already. I wonder if the move is done. Maybe it comes back. Maybe it clears some of this wick, right? At least down to like, maybe it goes back to $1 for a pop. So got to retest something. It's pretty crazy looking. All right, let's go. We did Pulse. We talked about Pulse. All right. So if you guys missed Pulse, go to the beginning of the stream. We talked about it already. Definitely looking weak. And we're probably going to go lower. This SAC for ProveX is going to continue, and people are selling. All right. And there's, like we talked about, BTC's under the 50. People are freaking out just in general already. They're scared. So selling is happening. All right. Some people are, like I said, they're managing their risk. All right. They may not be selling everything, but they may be mitigating and being like, cool, I'm going to dump a quarter of my bag, or I'm going to sell half my bag. All right. So I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I've done that before. You got half your capital in, half your capital out. Hey, who's going to blame me for that? You know, you lose all your capital, you can't make more money. So, you know, you got to manage your risk appropriately, right? Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's in the cards to fill them. The thing is, too, we're at that point in the cycle where if we are going to go to the upside, then big, juicy fake outs are going to happen as well, too. So we don't have to count on all the wicks filling, but technically they should. But if that happens, then it looks like this drawdown is going to last longer than any of us want to accept. All right. Smash the like button, everybody. What's up, Sandy Beach? How you doing? All right, let's go look at, I don't know, Pulse X. Same bag, right? This is also breaking down right to my, okay. 0.000012. It hit and could be going lower. Yeah. Well, I guess we can start redrawing some of these support lines. So, we're okay. Start moving lines around. That's good. That's good. Let's see how low we go. I don't know. Ink, though. Let's go look at ink. We talked about ink before. I gave you guys, we did a really in-depth ink thing. Maybe I should clip some of that and put it on Twitter. The last stream, I think, with Fast Abdul. And look, ink went to my main target, which was this 76 cents, okay? So that's why this line is orange, okay? So this was my main target for ink, and we hit it. We hit it perfectly, okay? Now my next target below it is 61 cents, all right? And then 37 cents, 40 cents, 39 cents, which would be the double bottom over here, which was like 40 cents, right? When I have 40 cents. And then below that I have 18 or 19 cents, and then 0.05555 cents, 0.05555 cents. All these are possible. All these would still keep us within structure depending on when we hit them. But maybe a double bottom is, if we keep dropping, that could happen. But, yeah, I mean, we're pretty low right now, right? We're out of the... I think I might have too many windows open. Hang on, pups. Hopefully that did it. Sometimes TradingView eats up a lot of gas. Let me close some of this stuff. Oh, I'm going to close that. What's that? Okay. That's right. Hey, thanks for your Slayer. Yeah, Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram and St. Wolf Vision on Telegram. And by the way, you guys that came to Instagram, you guys are awesome, most of you guys. There's been a couple trolls, like whatever. I guess I had to accept that. I'm gonna get a couple trolls. But most of you guys have been really fucking cool. And it's really cool to see what you guys are up to. Some of you guys are working on some really cool stuff out there. Excited. It's cool to see you, kind of get to know you a little bit better. And you guys can see what I'm up to. I'm constantly posting on there. And I will put alpha in there. All right? As soon as it's pertinent, I'm putting it in there. I'm going to make little stories about it. And so you guys will get it first, so people that are paying attention. And it's free. It's fucking free. Just follow on Instagram. It's really easy. And if you're a guy and you're not on Instagram, you need to get on Instagram, get your life together. All right? Sandy Beach, what's going on? I'm trying to help you guys get laid, okay? Just pay attention. What's up? All right. So, yeah, that's where we are with the ink, guys. What? What's going on with the mouse today? Every chart, and I've talked about this before in a few streams, is pointing down and to the right, okay? That's every chart. That's not even negotiable for me, okay? The energy of every fucking chart, Richard Hart project, is down and to the right, okay? Now, the thing is, we're waiting for a force to act upon it. Now, that force would be Ethereum moving to all-time highs, altcoin season, Richard Hart deciding now is our season and starting to, buy back his projects, starting FOMO to happen, and then the bull run begins for Pulse Chain. It doesn't matter which force acts upon it, but a force needs to act upon it. Otherwise, everything is going to do exactly what you're seeing. I didn't even need to know there was a SAC for ProveX. I just knew everything was going to go down and to the right until a force acted upon it. Because that's just the nature of altcoins, number one. Number two, every chart is pointing in that direction, right? Now, this is a falling wedge, which is bullish eventually, but it's still a falling wedge. And a lot of things on Pulse Chain kind of have that similar vibe. You got these McDonald's patterns all over the place, okay? It's just kind of pointing us, showing us we're going down and to the right. And that's why I was able to draw this back in January 6th of 2025, almost a year ago at this point. And how accurate it is, because the chart is telling me the energy is down and to the right of this price action until said force acts upon our ecosystem, which would be altcoin season, Ethereum going to $6,000, or Richard Hart just deciding now's the time and injecting capital to start this FOMO. Okay, that's the way it is. That's what the charts tell me. That's why I do it. Okay, it's not my opinion actually. I don't even fucking care. That's what the charts say. We should go look at Hex. Yeah, the hexes are kind of breaking down a little bit. Okay, people are probably sacking their hex, right? So let's go look at Hex first. So we're under half a penny on PHEX, and yeah, you know, it's still a higher low. Okay, it's still a higher low, but it's weak, right? I mean, but we came down here to my support, which is 0.004. All right, I don't even need this anymore down here. What the fuck is this? And you know, you still got a higher low. We haven't broken this low over here of 0.004. Okay, I mean, it's what it is. What do you mean, dude? Oh, I need to tilt my computer sideways today or something. Yeah, I mean, we're still in the channel. We've been just going down. We could be bottoming it out here. There's a ton of support where we are on PX. A ton of support at 0.004. It could go lower maybe, but I wouldn't count on it. But you're splitting hairs. It's dumb. Could go to, like, I really think it could go to 0.00369 if we get a flash crash capitulation. If we just have more weakening in BTC and ETH, like it just slides to what I said, 2,800 on ETH, and I said, what did I say for BTC? I said 85K. Is that what I said? Yeah. So if we have just that, then these would all be your bottoms for the most part. Okay, and you should be DCAing. I'm not going to lie. These are still great entries if you believe the bull run's still on. If you believe the bull run's over, then well, you know what to do, right? But I just don't think it is, and I'm staying bullish for me because I think we're going to go up again. But you got to do your own risk management. Okay, this is part of the cycle. I can't tell anybody what to do here, man, because nobody knows. Nobody knows. We just have our own hunches. But where we are now is a great buy zone, and oh yeah, we did get a lower high from here, didn't we? Oh, in the day, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We're hitting this 0.004. Tons of support on PX where we are, so I couldn't imagine we break down a ton more. Like I said, if we do, it's going to be negligible in the 0.003s. So nothing worth like waiting for. You should be DCAing now for the hex. But yeah, people are selling it. People are selling it. What's going on? This is at 0.001. We're almost at a tenth of a penny on EHEX. And we're holding. We're holding, okay? We're holding up. But it's, once again, I have to say, this is not pretty looking. It is what it is. And until a force acts upon the ecosystem, eventually things will break down further. Okay? But right now it's holding up fine. We got support where we are. We're looking good. I got tons of lines down here, you know. Yeah, you got that wick down here that went to 0.0008. When was this? This was May 2024. I don't remember what happened. Like something bad happened, right? It's like crashed. So you got a ton of support down there. Let's hope this holds. I think this is going to hold over here. This could be your bottom. A tenth of a penny on EHEX could be your bottom. I'm going to call it now, and I'm going to call it same with EHEX or PHEX. A tenth of a penny could be the bottom there. PHEX could go to 0.00369, which is pretty much 0.004. Okay, but I think you might have bottoms coming up here, and Pulse. It seems like people are selling it, man. It could actively weaken some more for sure. Okay, no doubt about it. All right. PTGC. Well, it's in this purple box. We didn't get the bullish breakout, and it's breaking down into my lower area. I think it's going to consolidate in here. Maybe by now, since it's come all the way down here, it needs to do God's work and get down to 0.00005, which would completely fix the structure, set us up for another run to the upside. So, you know, that's something we can look forward to in a way because it's not much further from where we are now. You can buy more then, I guess. But, yeah, is what it is. Is what it is. You guys have any questions? McDonald's applicants are up this month. Smash the like button for McDonald's. Ram loss. What's happening, brother? Yeah, accumulating. Me too. This is accumulation for me. Be making love, a.k.a. getting laid. Nice, my man. Nice. Once again, everybody, St. Wolf Vision on Telegram. It's at the bottom. It's at the top. And Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. You guys need to be on Instagram. It's free. Check it out. I'm going to drop alpha in there. And also, it's a way to connect. And if you troll me on there, I'm going to troll you back. So, you know. Because now we be getting into some personal space. But it's cool. Some of you guys are doing some really cool stuff. Like I said, it's really cool to see you guys and talk to you on Instagram. I've been saying hi to a lot of you guys. So, where were we at? We did the cores. We looked at the cores. Yeah, look, WBTC is at the bottom of this purple box. It's just kind of barely hanging in there, to be totally honest, man. It's at $300, you know. There's a lot of support here at about $240, 230, 220, 230, 240 on WBTC, and that would probably be the most likely next stop on it if it breaks down. Okay, but people do buy this up quick, so don't sleep on it if you want WBTC. It seems to be quite popular. It's a healthy chart. It's really good, and people seem to jump on this pretty quick. Why is this a different color than my other lines? What's going on? Fucking change it on me. Can you guys even see can you even see that color? Or is it just my glasses? Kind of see it? There you go. All right. Yeah. Data deficit very bullish. So that's good. So yeah, you could see 240. All right, if it drops down from here, we got Wiccan outside of this box, and like I said, we could have a little bit more drawdown into this week. Okay. Atropa, let's see. I haven't even looked at Atropa. Let's see what's going on. Atropa, very similar to WBTC. Is showing weakness coming down to the bottom of that box. Let's see where support is if it did break down from here. At 2 cents. Okay. So, yeah, it would drop like WBTC. But once again, I think these are all still, it's a $20 million market cap. I mean, Jesus. And I think it's going to do numbers. This and WBTC I'm very bullish on, okay? Atropa and Wrapped Bitcoin, extraordinarily bullish on both these. Gorgeous looking charts on both, all right? But both have risk, right? Like WBTC, somebody supposedly, there's BitGet or there's a company that could have admin keys that could shut it down or print or something, mint more or something. So you need to be aware of that. And then on Atropa, a lot of people claim Maria 414 is an insane tranny space suit wearing nut job. So both have risks. I mean, fuck, Paul Shane. You can't write this stuff, man. You can't write this stuff. So, but yeah, WBTC and Atropa I think look great. I'm very bullish on both, but both risky as fuck. So check them out. All right. Do your own due diligence on those. You can come to the Telegram and ask. The guys will fill you in on what's going on with those. Let's see, BFF, what it do? I think BFF is going to do really well. It's under $1 million market cap. It's $812,000. Holy fuck. Yeah, man. Tons of support where we are in BFF. There's only like 70 tokens. I don't remember how many. There's few. So right now the price is 1,381. You don't have to buy a whole token. Well, just buy one. Actually, you could buy a whole one right now. I think if this gets to the top of the channel, I know this sounds crazy, but it could be $50,000 a token. All right. So, because it yeah. Well, that's the top of the channel up here. So let's see how bad it's sold down. And it's sold down. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's curving around. Okay. I think bottom is coming in on it. Bottom is coming in on this. Data Dev, BitGo acknowledged it. They acknowledged that they were pro WBTC. Really? I didn't hear about that. Give me the details. What do you know? What do you got? Let's go to P-Dye. P-Dye, you guys know, I've predicted incredibly well. I drew this live way back in July, and it followed it almost exactly. Once again, holding up again, showing some weakness, no different than WBTC and Atropa. You know, there's a ton of support here at 0.001, but you could get a drop down to 0.001. You know, a little bit more if it drops more. But once again, similar to the other ones, could be bottoming out, and you know, yeah, it's rolling over a little bit. So that's good. Good signs here, and some bad signs. But you know, generally, I think if we're bullish, and which I think we're going to take off in November, end of November here, then we should be good. Let's see. Whoa. Oh, fuck. Damn, that thing sold off. This like looks like a rug pull, huh? Jeez. I thought this was, I was trying to click on most. I don't know. It's crazy looking. Okay. This one's breaking down. So $7.4 million market cap on most. This is, once again, still a falling wedge, which is nice and bullish. But, you know, could go lower. Could drop down to a $3-4 million market cap, okay? And then pump. Pump is already a $3.4 million market cap, holding in there at my support down there. Oh, it's broken it. Well, you know, this is a give or take. It doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe that's it. Richard Hart memes. You sent the message in Telegram? Okay, let me check it out, buddy. Thank you. In the meantime, smash the like button. Let's go read this. What's this say? Bitco. So, okay, I'm going to read this. I'm not going to put it up on the screen. I'll just read it to you guys. So this is from, who sent this? Hans? Datadev? Datadev. He says, hey, Lewis. Wait, what the fuck is this? November 7th, 2025? Somebody named Lewis messaged them. Okay. He says, hi, Lewis. Good day, and thank you for reaching out to Bitco Support. We have located your account using the secondary email address provided. Thank you for clarifying the contract address in question. The similarity to Ethereum's WBTC is due to the nature of Pulse Chain's creation being a fork of Ethereum. All contract addresses will now be on Pulse Chain. To your question, a shared contract address is not indicative of an active project on both networks. To your next question, we at Bitco pose no security threat to fork tokens. You describe it well as a meme coin at this time, despite no risk within the contract itself. There are always risks associated with trading meme coins. All that being said, we have received a few queries regarding this token. It's clear that a community has formed around it, and we're watching closely. Historically, these kind of fork tokens die out quickly. However, this doesn't seem to be the case. To your final question, BitGo, custodians, and merchants have discussed the idea, and we're keeping an open mind how a pair with Bitcoin would look, and if methods such as using a fixed ratio should be put in place. This would be dependent on where the market can take it. If interest continues to increase, advanced talks will be had about potentially adding this token to our service. For this to happen, volume would have to be consistently above $1 million over a month. In addition to this, we need at least $1 million in both buy and sell side liquidity in the main pairing. The higher the numbers, the better. Whether this happens or not depends on if enough want it to happen. If you have any questions, feel free to reply here. Thank you for using it, Bitco. RBA, Bitcoin Senior Support. Okay. I don't know. You guys come to the Telegram. This letter is in the Telegram at Same Wolf Vision. You guys can read it. This is a really interesting message. And once again, Datadev, thanks for putting this in there. This is very enlightening. What's it? Oh, you put, okay. We got it. Yeah, come to the Telegram. The letter is in the Telegram. If you guys want to check it out. We can pin this. Can I pin this? I'm going to pin it. Why do you have two, buddy? They're the same, right? You want to delete one? Forwarded from Sponge? Okay, thank you. I'm going to pin the other one right now. I think it's pretty cool. Status, yay. Fast Abdul is working hard on Volt 369. Pretty cool stuff. A lot of builders still building on Pulse, man. A lot of stuff going on. I wanted to look at, what else are we looking at? Oh shit, Hex got delisted from TradingView. Ooh. Wow. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are claiming this is the bottom. Could be the bottom, which is what I was saying. I mean, we may definitely get at least a bounce here into this week. And like I said, I gave you the targets if we do go lower. If we do go lower, that's the question, right? If. So I think it's at 85K-ish. And then, of course, we could, if we have a flash crash, could hit 69, 70K. Be interesting. But we would rip from there, which is what I'm confident is going to happen. Regardless, if this is the bottom, we're going to rip from here. Somi says, Bitcoin whales with over 1,000 BTC are accumulating. Their supply is going up on the charts. Aha. Exactly. So, yeah, that's interesting. Look at that. So, I do think that we're going to pump. That's what I've been saying. Thanksgiving. I think maybe other people are expecting it too. We're going to have a we're going to have a good holiday, I think. I do think. What the fuck is this? What? Yeah. Even what's this? David Federer says, when you hit all-time lows on Pulse Chain, it's time to back up the truck. Yeah, and this is true, and that's what I'm saying. You're in accumulation zones of everything. So I hope I'm clear about that when I was showing you guys Hex, Ink, Pulse, all these things. You're in accumulation zone. So if you're bullish and you think we're going up again, this is where you'd be buying, right? If you think the cycle's over, like I said, that's up to you. That's your risk management, and you need to decide for yourself. Okay, and you can message me in Telegram. You can even message me on Instagram, man. Like Mr. Saint Wolf. It's all good. I don't mind. It doesn't have to be all personal. If you know, sometimes you guys feel comfortable talking there. It's all good. Yo, Fast, what's up, man? Yeah, this is funny. Giga said that's right. 99% of crypto Twitter correctly predicted cycle top. It's over now. Yeah, and that's what I've been saying too, that they know that we all look at the 50-week moving average, right? Like BlackRock is here. They know, man. They know that that's how you guys time the cycle. So it makes sense to me, and this is why I'm bullish for a lot of psychological reasons, not just some of the charts I showed you, but just the fact that they're not going to make it obvious when the end comes in. And I talked about this before. I said, when this cycle actually ends, I think it'll be quite a surprise. Maybe something happens in January, February, whatever it is. But they're not going to allow you to use a pi cycle top indicator. They're not going to allow you to just use a 50 EMA. So that's why I think we're going up again. We're going to go up again. We're going to have some surprise move to the upside. Maybe this is where ETH goes ballistic. This is where the alts, this is where our season comes. A Pulse Chain runs. It would make the most sense. And this catches everybody off sides. This catches everybody off guard because the 50's broken. It's over, the technicals, and that's why I kept being clear that technically the cycle was over. I didn't say it was for me, but I'm saying technically, and that's what crypto Twitter's looking at and everybody, right? So that a fake out makes the most sense to me because they can't allow it to be that obvious, man. Everyone now knows about the 50 and the pi cycle top indicator and all these things. You know, up till 2021, a lot of those things were still mysterious to people, right? They were just coming to crypto. Now it's everybody knows, man. Teenagers know that shit. So they can't allow it to play out so perfectly. You know, that's why we had a high before the halving too. Okay. So when you have that level of fuckery, you got a high before the halving, you know there's going to be some kind of fuckery at the end too. All right. There's something. All right. So I'm staying in. I'm bullish. I think we're going to go up, to be clear. What? What's weird shit? Yeah, Bitcoin's oversold. Yeah, you see this nice divergence, of course. And like I said, there's room to even go a little lower, and you're still intact. And as a matter of fact, I'd even be even more bullish if we see more of that divergence. What's this, 2021, 2025? Yeah, James. A lot of people are convinced it's over. Well, no one knows for sure. Okay, but Ian, let's talk charts, man. Let's talk charts. But drawing lines is an art, and you know that's how you learn. You know, drawing lines is going to be a big part of it, right? And that's how you're going to learn. But it's the most important thing you can do is learn to draw lines. So anyone out there who wants to start doing TA, just start drawing lines and then seeing what plays out and why you put the line where you did, and you start back testing. You start back testing everything, man. Oh, that's beautiful. This is happening right now. Hawaii is crazy, man. Nothing is over. All right.
The Democrats in the Senate and on the Republican side today. And the good news is that there's strong bipartisan support and will to get this market structure legislation done. It's important for America, and the 50 million Americans who've used crypto want to see it get done. And so one date we heard floated was, let's try to get this markup done before Thanksgiving. I think that there's 90% of the issues are already aligned on and agreed, and there's draft text going back and forth, a lot of great cross-functional collaboration happening. That last 10% are the remaining issues, and everyone committed to get in the room together and work it out, and hopefully we'll see some draft text or get it out of committee by Thanksgiving. Yeah, well, we had great meetings with the Democrats in the Senate. One date we heard floated was, let's try to get this markup done before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I think that there's 90% of the issues are already aligned on and agreed, and there's draft.
All right, so they're trying to get something done for Thanksgiving. So maybe we're about there, right? We're about close, and Thanksgiving's going to be it. And you know what's funny? I've had this line going up on Pulse forever, man. Not a full year, because you can see it's not on this chart necessarily, but I have multiple charts. Maybe it was on a different one, but I've had it here for a long time. This vertical line going up, which is, you know, not a joke. It was just like a little bullish something that I had on there, but I have it right on Thanksgiving of 2025. All right, and that would be great, man. I think we'd be very happy. I think most of us would be euphoric. I think it'd be overwhelming. We've been down so long. Going into these holidays, I would hug everybody. I've never hugged anybody. You know, we'd feel really great, right? It would be quite a relief. Okay, so it'd be really great, man. And you know, we'd pop pretty hard, I would think. I don't think he would give people time to get in. Okay, if it runs. So let's see if that's the season greetings we get and the holiday thing we get. That'd be wonderful. Oh, this is interesting. Who drew this? What's a sweep? One person. Markets aren't ready for what rate cuts actually mean. Most people see rate cuts push rally. Bond market yield slowing down. ETF influence. Real money. Oh, nice. Let's see what he put as targets. He put 89. Look at that. He put 89. So I said 85 was a fib level, but I mean, this is realistic too. This is fine. This is nice looking. I like this. It could work. Oh, that's interesting where he drew that line. Okay, that's cool. Do I follow this person? Oh, yeah, I do follow him. Oh, cool. I think I just followed them recently. So they're drawing this line. So we're at 92K. He's saying a retest. Okay, look. Remember I said 69K would be like really bad if we had a flash crash, and then I put 85K. So he's got some similar kind of ranges. Yeah, he's got possible retest would be in really bad shape. Interesting. Good stuff. Nice. So I think I'm on the right track with a lot of the things I've been telling you guys over the last 4 or 5 weeks. I think I've been on point like 100%, like almost about as good as you can get in a market like this. I think I've been extraordinarily on the right path, and so it's happening, right? And I hope you guys are accumulating. If you're bullish, I can't stress this enough. Let me go back and look at. Oh, hello. Guys, look at look at the RSI. Just fell off a cliff. Daily. Yeah, man, this is totally resetting, guys. This is nice, man. The MACD here on the on Bitcoin. So I think we're close. Okay, we're close. All right. Now, like I said, I don't know, and I drew this for you guys last time live too, right? So we've been following it quite well so far. I don't know which one is going to be the right one in terms of like how low we're actually going to go. Is the bottom in now? Do we have one more sweep down of 85? I think we get at least to 85. One more sweep, a low. We'll probably get a bounce here and then another dump if this isn't the bottom. And then, of course, even that guy's sweep I showed you had a lower target down about 69.70K, exactly what I have too, which would just be the all-time high from 2021, which would be the ultimate fucking retest before we go higher. And this would clear out all the longs. This would also reset everything, but also psychologically convince the bears they're right. You have to, if we're going to blast off to 150K, you need a situation where the bears feel confident they're correct psychologically. I hope that makes sense why you would need that, right? So you need all the bears to go like, we were right. And they're double up on their shorts. And then the market makers, reverse. So now they've flash crashed and taken out every long, and then they've destroyed the bears by ripping us back up to 150. So, we could have it. But if we did get a flash crash, I'm backing up the truck because I'm convinced we're going up, okay? I am convinced we're going up into Q1, okay? I really am. I know it's, but here's the thing, man. Like, you got to do you. I don't want to tell anybody, and then this is the end of the bull run, okay? So do your own risk management, okay? Figure out how much skin you can keep in the game if the top is in and we're crashing, okay? But I'm in, baby. I'm in. I'm in. Show me $2 trillion. Sam Bankman-Fried. What? Sam Bankman-Fried gets released early. They're going to get him out. Bitcoin goes to 85K. Also going to go down 85%. Yeah, but what it's going to do is really make the bears confident, which is I want to see a little bit more confidence in the bears. You know what I mean? You guys understand psychologically too why I'm saying that. Now, it doesn't have to happen. This could be the bottom. It could. But I'm just saying there's a lot of juice, if I was a market maker. I don't know, man. They might pull some more levers here because it just makes sense. It's too good right now. Why would they run it up now? They can fuck with people some more. But I like what I drew. I'm going to stand by it. Okay, something around there. This is the flash crash version, but we could pop sooner. And then we're going to 140, 140, 150, which just makes the most sense to me. And yeah, what's ETH doing around really quick? Is it moving? We didn't look at ETH BTC. I don't really care about that right now, though, to be totally honest. It's fine. Okay. I don't give a shit about every chart all the time. I just don't. Okay. But look, we'll look at that next time. I don't want to get in the weeds. I just want to look at ETH really quick right now. So, yeah, ETH, we'll hit that 2,800. That makes sense. Why waste this chance right now? Maybe not, though. Maybe they need to convince us we're going to go much lower before they reverse it. And I guess we could be in that zone now where we're in that middle ground as well, where like there's enough uncertainty. But I think they really are going to want shorts to pile up before they reverse. Anybody have a heat map open right now? 53. Actually, 53K? You think it's going to 53K? That might be a bear market low. It could be. Oh, USD dominance? Okay, you want to? Yeah, actually, that's a good one. Let's get that really quick. Well, surprise. It's going up. Not good, necessarily. Obviously, we're breaking the upside, which we don't want. We want this breaking to the downside. Jeez. Ink Maxi, you did that to destroy my bullish narrative. Yeah, I mean, look, man, stablecoins look bullish right now. Yeah, I don't think everything's going to make sense. I think it's going to be tough. I just believe we're going to push up again. You know what? You know what makes sense to me? You know what makes sense? Look, USDT is bullish, okay? So maybe we're close to the top, okay? It's very bullish, okay? Very, very bullish. No doubt about that, all right? But like, here's the thing. We could absolutely come back and do like a retest and crash. Just like I drew here. I mean, I already have it drawn. This white line. We go up. Just move it up a little. We go up and then we pull back, right? Maybe I didn't draw that well enough. Could draw this better. Okay, so yeah, you pop out of here. All right, and then you come back. You can even come below a little bit, and then you continue the uptrend. Okay, and this would be enough to have your bull run. All right. If this is what's going to happen, because that's what I was saying about the Dixie too, that the Dixie is bullish, but I could absolutely see a retest of support on the Dixie. And if I think about that and I think about the USDT dominance, they could also be doing something similar. Like, yeah, the Dixie is very bullish and we could go up from here, but absolutely, I drew this retest. Buddy, why do you show me the fucking thing? So I drew this because I was suspecting that we're going to go up and then crash down, get this retest, and then pop. And this would be your bull run. This retest would be your bull run. And I think maybe the same thing on the USDT dominance. Unless we're completely faked out here and this is just about to crash. Like, you know what I mean? Like just fucking, completely reverse on us, right? Like, and go down. But that's not what it's showing us right now. And I got to go off what it's showing. And right now, it's extraordinarily bullish. All right. Which makes sense. Because people are, like I said, they're managing their risk, right? We broke the 50. People are freaking out. They're selling. So you're going to see it. But I think we're going to come back and definitely do a retest. And this could crash pretty low. It's going to give us a nice bull run. I mean, this could come all the way down here before it reverses to the upside. Okay. So when I see this in the Dixie, I'm bullish actually, because I think we need this retest. But actually, it's good we looked at this, man. So. But I'm trying to remain chill. I'm more thinking of the cycles. I'm thinking about psychology and fake outs. I know that a lot of the charts look bad, but I'm remaining bullish that we're going to go up into this holiday. Okay. And we are going to hit 140, 150. That'll be the rejection zone. Unless something super cycle happens and we're going up to 240, 250. That's a different story. You're sorry. You're not sorry, Ink Maxi. Don't fucking lie. He knew where it was going. It is what it is, man. It's just the charts, man. I don't make the charts, guys. I don't make the rules. All right, everybody smash the like button. You guys are absolutely amazing. We love you. And once again, you can ask questions at St. Wolf Vision, or you can come to Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. Definitely come to Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. We're having some fun over there. We're going to start having more fun over there. Yeah, pups. That's what I got for you today. All right. So we'll stream again this week. It is what it is. Maybe we'll end on some music again. Join Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram and St. Wolf Vision in the Telegram for real alpha. Subscribe to the channel. Of course, definitely subscribe to the channel if you want the alpha. Let's go. I don't know. What do you guys want to hear? We'll wrap up with a little Mac to Miller. Yeah. wind it down with something like this. Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram, at St. Wolf Vision, Telegram. Come ask your questions, man. We got you.
I never take a day off. Work around the clock, my engineer getting paid off. Rock like Ace up, like the weed and take off. So high, I cannot see. 8 off. Now I got these rappers all breaking up a sweat. Cause every time I get up on the mic,
I'm sacking motherfuckers.
I learned it from the best. Always dressing
of course I'm sacking.
Lil dime, big button, nice chest. Yes, they heard I used to rock guests, but now I'm rocking clothes that ain't in the stores yet. Travel back in time, I'm in a vortex, trying to make it work out. Think I need more reps. Used to take a bus.
Smash it, pups. Everybody smash the like button,
got
man.
me buzzing like the fucking hornet. They say I got next, tell them that I got now. It's all Disney, boy, my family proud. Make them say L, make them say O. The hoes that tell me yes, the same ones that tell you no. Whoa, I ain't just an average Joe, way above the average flow. Boy, my life is most though. No matter where life takes me, find me with a smile. Pursuit to being happy, only laughing like a child. I never thought life would be this sweet. It got me cheesing from cheek to cheek. And I ain't gonna wait for nothing, cause that just ain't my style. Life couldn't get better. This gon' be the best day ever. If it ain't about a dream, then it ain't about me. Go a couple full weeks without a good night's sleep. Imagination, making musical creation. The journey that I'm facing, plus the paper that I'm chasing, got me crazy after saying with the lanes I see you hating. But there's nothing that you changing. Thumbs up or maintaining, no complaining when it's raining. I'll be in another zone. Move out my mother's home to a world to call my own. I ain't gonna play around no more. Find the difference from the ground and the floor. If we gotta fight, I'll be down for the war. Thumbs up, homie, I'll be sure. No matter where life takes me, find me with a smile. Pursuit to being happy, only laughing like a child. I never thought life would be this sweet. It got me cheesing from cheek to cheek. And I ain't gonna wait for nothing, cause that just ain't my style. Life couldn't get better. This gon' be the best day ever.
Appreciate it, Post Demon. What's up? Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram, pups. You guys have an awesome night. Love you guys.